Good afternoon. I decided to do my discussion on Scenario 2, which is Sam Collins and the science courses. A big surprise since I teach sciences anyway. And reworking the courses into an online format and deciding what elements of class structure are needed to be included when preparing to teach at a distance. So I found some nice resources that were checklists, and a very good checklist, and one is a little booklet that goes over things, so I'm going to touch on those items. The checklist I found interesting because, to be honest, most of the things in the first section are things that you already have, that you already do if you're in a traditional classroom. The course outline, contact information, course expectations, which would be the assignments and activities, the evaluation and assessments, your written lists, the rubrics with the explanations, evaluation, timing, your course, the pace that you're going to be taking it, schedule, when you're available, when you're not available, reminding the students that they can use help files and download manuals. To be honest, all of those things are in my traditional classroom and are used within the way I teach, including giving the students additional helps. I use Quizlet for reviews, schoolnotes.com. Kahoot is a lot of fun. They have fun with that. There's some other sites that I link in based on the age level. Then it talks about setting up your forum, and it suggests icebreakers, an introduction, student email registry. Well, that, to be honest, is the only thing that I don't already have included in a traditional classroom again. I do icebreakers. They come in and they do an icebreaker, a joke or a quote or a video or something that gets them thinking anyway each time. And the introductions. Then we have the forum, which is a social place, the administrative area where you post the course outline and expectations, a resource area where there's a collection of resources, a place that's noted for technical problems, weekly, daily, or chapter topical views, assignment posting, or team group views. Again, all of these are also relatable to a traditional classroom. In some way or other, resources are available, solutions and problems are brought to the teacher's desk, weekly, daily discussions, views, assignments are all covered in that. It also listed things to remember when you're teaching online. Create and encourage a professional and fun sense of community. Get a sense of who your class is and how you can best work with them. Promote the extension of ideas. Let it go unless you see things going in the wrong direction or an incorrect direction. Try not to cut information. Keep things open-ended. Answer with a question or guiding issue that promotes discovery. Don't change the subject too quickly. Don't respond to every question, but model your questions and responses. Praise in public, one-to-one or one-to-many. Rebuff in private, usually by email. Provide accurate links and resources. Be flexible. Ensure you review the student portal of the site and make sure that your technologies and support are as they should be. I'll admit, I found it really eye-opening that there wasn't that much difference in the long run, except adapting things to online versus the traditional classroom. And that is helpful to know. I like I said, I found that very interesting. The book I found, booklet that was, again, online available, talked about having a social presence. So you have to be responsive to your students. You have to give them this feeling of belongingness. That is something that you do have to work a bit at when you're doing it online. And the students do too. That's why I know we do these discussion boards. And that is why we have this wonderful instructor who does discuss with us the things that he does. He comes on and he praises us, or he makes suggestions, and it's all right down the line with the way it should be. There's a teaching presence. It's facilitating and it's giving direction for the cognitive and social process, for the realization of personally meaningful and educationally worthwhile learning outcomes. And they suggest that in two ways: by identifying areas of agreement or disagreement, seeking to basically facilitating the discussion is included in that, or directing the instruction, and it gives suggestions for that. Making sure that you have your learning benchmarks done, that you have your development for the course benchmarks done if you're doing it. So doing online interactive learning or online learning means that you specifically have everything down step by step and carry on with it as you should, with your links and simulations and role play and guided learning and modeling and your questioning. Said I found it interesting. I did. I thought it was really nice that resources were available to help and that suggestions were available. And since I've been in this class, I've learned that there are tons of resources out there, and it's not as overwhelming as I would have thought. So I thank you. I hope that I've discussed enough of this, because to be honest, when it comes down to how I would choose to do it, I would basically end up adapting what I have. I'm hitting this again. Elements of class structure does Sam need to include when preparing to teach at a distance? And I think I've covered that. I hope so. I just find it interesting. I do. Thank you. And you guys have a wonderfully blessed day. And those who were in the path of the previous hurricane, I am praying for you, as I know many others are. And in my classroom, we just had Jose off our coastline, which brought us rain and wind. And we're looking at the next one. So be safe and be blessed.